Okay, hi everybody. It is me once again, Bonkai922. And this is going to be episode 7, Parasyte. I believe it's episode 7. You'll see it. Pretty awesome episode. This is essentially this I did not see. I didn't read this far into the manga. So everything that happened in this episode is new to me. Give or take a few. But this is like the final conclusion behind this arc. With Shinichi's mother being a parasite and everything. He encounters this guy. This guy. Who is kind of funny. And actually, in the end, helps out Shinichi in a big way. And I guess you could consider him his, not sidekick, but friend. And he's actually similar to Shinichi in a lot of ways. Basically, I think his name was Mamoru. Yeah? He had a parasite as well, but it was on his mouth, neck area. So they essentially join forces, if you will. And so to speak, that's essentially what happens. They do encounter his mother, who's a parasite now. And it's kind of funny. That actually was pretty interesting. We finally got to see Shinichi fight without any assistance whatsoever from Migi. The only thing Migi gives him, he turns his right hand into a sword. And he starts fighting with his mother as a parasite. And that's when Mamoru, who's been stabbed, thought to be stabbed and thought to be killed, gives the final blow to the parasite. And that's the end of that. But essentially from this episode, what comes forward is that Shinichi is not human anymore. Essentially. Because Mamoru's parasite saying how, humans are unique in that and that they cry. And in this episode, he didn't really cry. And there's also a big warning sign when it concerns how he was able to fight that parasite who's got the face of his mother without any assistance from Migi. He was able to dodge and avoid and really attack and fight almost like a parasite. So that's what came forward in this episode. But yeah, he avenged his mother, give or take. Ending scene, you have the father and they're talking and saying that his mother loved him and all. It got to me. It really got to me. I didn't cry, but it really got to me this episode. Now, rating-wise, I give this a 4.5 out of 5. I thought it was concluded very nicely. That music, the OSTs in this show are just fucking amazing. They even had the OST on one of the scenes, which was from the ending. Not the ending theme, the preview theme. When they showed the preview for the next episode. They had that in the actual episode, which I thought was pretty nice as well. So yeah, 4.5 out of 5. The ending pretty much I thought was done very well. I liked how it was done. He shows back up Shinichi, and then we see the girl. I had a feeling we were going to see this girl again. Kalki, everything. I forgot her name. It was so long ago. The one with the bullies. She shows up, and then you see the girlfriend, love interest, and we see Shinichi walking away, and she's looking, saying his last name and everything, and then he turns around. He's got that kind of badass look face on his face. So that's where the episode ends. So my take for next week's episode is probably there's going to be a new threat. There's definitely a new threat on the horizon. I think we get introduced to another female parasite. Or has a female body, I mean. And we see, I think, the guys who are bullying him from the previous episodes. But that's pretty much it for the next week's episode. And it's called Freeze Point or something. So this is interesting. I like what's going on here. It's moving in a good direction, give or take. Yeah, I like it. It's good shit. Now, we'll see. You know, we'll see how it goes. So far, I like what I see. But, like I said, from this point on, I do not know what's going to happen. I don't know anything that's going to happen. So, essentially, from this point on, everything's going to be a surprise to me. Everything. So, it should be interesting. With this out of the way, though, what I find interesting about this arc that we went through was the thing that comes forward, aside from the fact that his mother was killed and she was a parasite and all that stuff. It really made you realize now fully that Shinichi is no longer human. He really is no longer human because of what he was told by Miki. So, and that whole explanation was basically the fact that because part of Miki's body now is within, it's not a lot of it, it's like 30%, because he's only using 70% as part of his arm now. And that part, the other part of that percentage is like in his heart and his capillaries, but he asked him, is that part in my brain? And he says, it's very small, and it's not conscious. That part of Miki is not conscious. It's very, it's very small parts of him. So, that was the whole bit and all how to, bring, to pump blood back into his system so he doesn't die from getting punctured by the heart. So, yeah, pretty awesome episode. Can't wait for the next week's episode. This series is, it's up there, man. It is up there. It is up there with Psycho Pass 2 and Fate and Taizai. Hell, even put in Selector and Log Horizon. Those are up there. Those animes are spectacular. If you go see something from the fall season, it should be Parasyte, Psycho Pass 2, Fate, Taizai, and the other ones I just said, Log Horizon and Selector. Those are just fantastic animes. Just fantastic. So, that's pretty much the story. Bankai 922. I will see you guys later. I will upload this along with the Taizai chapter review. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Got revenge for his mother. Good shit. Good shit. See ya.